evening and welcome to Information Please, your Peoria Public Library on the air, bringing you information about your library and your community. This evening my guest is Roberta Koshalski, who of course is the Assistant Director at the library, and we're very excited because we're in the middle of National Library Week, and boy have we got a lot of exciting surprises for Peoria today.
Yes. Hi, Tricia.
Hi.
I wanted to say that in case people don't know about National Library Week, it usually falls the second full week of April.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to celebrate the contribution of our nation's libraries and librarians and to promote people using the library and supporting the library. So please come to any location of Peoria Public Library. I was thinking if you always...
Here's our logo, which is nationwide this year.
And the American Library Association sponsors ads for National Library Week, so people are reminded. And my suggestion is, if you always go to a certain branch of Peoria Public Library, try one of the others.
Yeah.
You know, if your neighborhood library is Lakeview, you know, try the main library, try Lincoln North or McClure.
Yeah.
Step onto the bookmobile.
Yeah.
Because just like a grocery store, if you go to a different grocery store, you always find things that maybe you wouldn't see at your own, even
Otherwise,
if they carried it. And you'll see something different at a different branch.
Or try something new if you've never actually gotten on the catalog and you know, tried reserving something, what an eye-opener that can be. And we're going to talk about that a little more later. But I think people sometimes wonder, oh, why do they bother with these promotional weeks? But don't you think the library is just woven into the fabric and people take it for granted?
Yes, and I was looking back on the history of National Library Week. Started in the 50s when there was a worry that people were spending less money on books and more on radios and televisions and musical instruments.
Oh.
So the American Library Association and book publishers decided to put together something that would encourage people to read in their increasing leisure time, improve incomes and health, and develop strong and happy life.
Well,
so those are some of the things that reading does.
That reading does for you, and the library can help you do that with our wonderful selection of books. Yeah.
And so we've got unlimited possibilities at your library this year, but the first theme in 1958 was Wake Up and Read.
Wow.
That's a little bit of National Library Week trivia. This National Library Week's honorary chair, they pick one every year, is David Baldacci, the best-selling author.
Yes.
And he's, among other books, he's written Wish You Well. And that's the name of his foundation, which promotes literacy and education. So read a David Baldacci book to celebrate National Library Week.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, we have kind of chosen this week as a chance to introduce a lot of great new things. One thing we do at the library is every day we're considering what is changing, what's new. How do people want to use the library? And we're so far from the days when you came in and checked out a book and got shushed. Yes. And what would you say the library is today to a community rather than the place where you get a book and get shushed?
Well, it's an information resource because, you know, we still have books, of course, but you can get your information in so many different formats, and you don't have to walk into one of our buildings to get your information. If you use our databases or read our ebooks, you don't have to read or watch something like a movie to get information. You can come to our programs. You know, we have programs pretty much every day. If you look at our calendar on our website, we have services. We have programs put on by other agencies to help you with sign up for affordable health care or get your taxes done. Hey, today's April 15th. It's the last day if you're watching this for the
and I think that tax service has folded up its tent and gone away now.
Yes, for another year. But there's just, you know, in all aspects of your life, the library can help, whether it's nutrition or exercise, gardening.
Yeah, we have yoga story time now for the little ones, and of course our summer reading program. But the other thing we do is we provide things like public computers. There is no place else where you can just go and use a public computer. as a student, you can possibly, but we've made a great effort to make sure that our computers are up to date. We have Wi-Fi in every building, so if you don't have internet at home or you need to get out of the house, you need some peace and quiet, you can come to any of our branches and use our Wi-Fi for free. Where else can you do that? I mean, there's a lot of restaurants you can go and use Wi-Fi, but they're going to expect you to buy something, and you don't have to do that at the library.
Right.
And the other thing we are, of course, is our meeting rooms and the gathering place. We're a community center for the exchange of ideas and information. There's no place else you can go and get a free meeting room that's, open to the public, that's, in the scale that we do it,
And we have library-sponsored programs and public events that other groups book the room for, the city government.
Yeah, we often city government, the Don't Shoot program often meets the library. We bring our new citizens
For
swearing
naturalization.
in naturalization ceremony, sworn in to be a United States citizen. What better place than the library? But the other thing we can do is bring culture to our community with our gallery and our musical programs, and we have so much of that coming.
We have such a beautiful gallery, and just the fact that that was added to the main library a few years ago when we write for grants for exhibits, and they ask for photos of where will this exhibit be in the library. We've got photos to send, both of the empty gallery and of the gallery with past
Things
exhibits in it, and we've been very fortunate to get a number of exhibits to
We have traveling exhibits from the Smithsonian or places
American
like
Library
that.
Association.
That people don't have to travel to see, things that are nationwide that are being displayed in our biggest museums. And in the past, of course, we had Lincoln and the Constitution. We had Changing America about the Civil Rights Movement. We had one about the American Songbook, about the Jewish songwriters. And where else is that information available? It isn't.
and free, no admission charge.
And free, no admission charge, and for all ages, and in a very comfortable environment.
And some people may not have seen the gallery as they've walked through the main library, but it is on lower level 1, the floor right under the street level.
Yeah,
So right
which was a
next-
floor that in the old days wasn't open to the public. So sometimes it's kind of a surprise to people. They
Yeah,
don't
so
know what's
right
there.
next, take the stairs or elevator down 1 floor, and right next to genealogy and local history, you'll see the current exhibit.
Yeah, so we truly do have unlimited possibilities at Peoria Public Library, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, and so with this year for National Library Week, we're introducing some treats and some very exciting things to Peorians. And so I just kind of want to say, if you don't have a library card, what are you waiting for, Peoria? And so you want to tell us about our really big thing that's being introduced? Whoops. Well, that didn't work very well, did it?
Oh, it will.
There.
There it is.
Yes.
It's called Freegal, spelled Freegal, rhymes with eagle. And it is a place where you will be able to, or you can, download music and movies. First, the music. And first of all, it's only accessible to those with a Peoria Public Library card.
Yes, so you must have a library card. This is not one of the things that you can just stumble in and get.
Right, and it's a Peoria Public Library card because it's a subscription service that our library is paying for.
Right, right.
X-
And this is something that if an individual wanted to, they could go pay for it, right, on their own?
Right.
Yeah, but very expensive.
Expensive, yeah.
And so save yourself some money and get a free library card if you live in Peoria.
Yes, get one at
Okay.
any location. This, first of all, the Freegal Music, they have a library of 8 million songs that represents thousands of artists, over 28,000 music labels, and music from over 100 countries.
Wow.
You can download 3 songs per week, and you can keep those songs.
Oh, so we're
don't-
not just checking them
No,
out?
they don't
you
go
download
away.
it and you get to keep it forever. Not like our ebooks that you download them for a checkout period and then you return them.
Right.
This doesn't work this way. You, with your library card, you can download 3 songs a week and keep
And
them.
they're yours, save them to whatever device, and they're yours.
You're very good at math and mental math. How many songs a year is that?
That's 3 times 365. so, you know, 1,000 some.
1,000, right.
1,000
Okay,
some.
cool.
And just the graphic here shows some examples across the top albums, groups by Hozier, groups like Hozier or Hozier. I don't know how to pronounce it because
Yeah.
I'm older than the demographic that they're looking for. But Meghan Trainor, Bruno Mars, you know, very popular. Looking below, Barbra Streisand, Beyonce, Billy Joel, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, you know, plus
Just
thousands
amazing.
of others.
Yeah.
So,
which of course we have an extensive music CD collection, which, you know, people have always taken advantage of that, being able to come in and borrow music. You had to return it. Some people, you know, will put it on their computer and listen to it for a while. But you don't have to come to the library when you have, you know, a snowstorm or it's too hot or whatever, or it's late at night. You know, maybe the only time you have to listen to music is late at night, and this is available 24/7.
build your own collection.
Build your own collection of music.
And then another piece of Freegal is Freegal Movies.
Wow.
And so Peoria Public Library card holders will have access to over 5,000 movies, and you'll get 3 free downloads of movies per week.
Okay.
Now the movies are not like the music, they're more like the ebooks, where you can only keep them for 48 hours. There's a checkout period of 48 hours on the movies.
And then they go back.
So download them and watch them within 48 hours, because then they will evaporate.
Yeah.
And Freegal works on all devices, computers, laptops, Android, Apple,
Everything.
whatever. So,
okay, so you can watch it on anything from your computer to your phone to your tablet, however
exactly.
you want, wherever you want.
Yes.
Yeah, that you can get the streaming anyway. And I see too that there's concert and music videos.
Streaming music, and you can do 3 hours of that per day.
Per day,
Right.
okay. So you can sit and watch
So-
concert videos. and music.
Videos, I was looking further on the Freegal site where some of the top 3 videos for the week at one of the libraries, they can, you know, they can measure and feature the top 3. And the first one was Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Oh,
And
how fun.
I don't recall what the other of the top 3 were, but then they also can feature top 3 streaming in the United States
Oh,
through
okay.
Freegal.
So you
And it's
can,
just,
you can
see
that.
what others are watching.
But they also make it easy for you to find new releases. And so if you're waiting for something to come out, you get that new releases and genres.
They have a lot of
You see it there.
genres. You can search by genre or artist or song title or album title.
So
Find what you
for
want.
all ages.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want the folks who maybe are looking for classical music to think that that won't be on here, that it's only pop music.
Right, and international music as well.
But for those who think of the library that all we have is classical music, you'd be wrong there too, because
Yes.
not only do we have this now, but extensive collections of other things, even on CD, that you can come.
Yes, because a lot of
Yes.
times if you just come into the library, you may not find some of the newest music or movies because they're so popular and checked out.
Right, right. And that's why we want people to learn to use the catalog, because the way to really get things is to be able to put things on hold and use them. But in the meantime, when we don't have what you want on the shelf, you've got Freegal.
You can download
Download and listen. Yeah.
and watch.
Yes. Well, on Monday of National Library Week this week, we released a huge surprise of DVDs. And what
Yes.
was that? Can
And
you
of
tell
course,
us?
we get DVDs all the time.
Yes, we do.
Feature films, documentaries, learn a language, learn to cook, learn to play the guitar. But we've now added to the collection TV series.
Something we've not really had. We had some of
Yes.
the PBS ones, but
But we decided to build this collection in a big way. We're adding over 60 different television programs in series. And I just wanted to go through a few of them, some of the more recent TV series that you would recognize. The first one I'll mention is the only one that I watch, and that's The Big Bang Theory.
oh,
So we've
everybody's
got
favorite.
series 1 through 7 of The Big Bang Theory. Criminal Minds. Doctor Who, Family Guy, Game of Thrones,
Oh, boy.
NCIS seasons
Oh.
1 through 11. And the way it works is they're packaged by season.
Okay, so you
So,
check out a
A
season
season
at a time.
yeah, just like you buy them in the store. I would be in trouble if I didn't mention my husband's and others' favorite, Walking Dead,
Oh, yes.
which is the show that I move into another room and read when that's on.
That one comes
I don't even want
on.
to hear it.
Yeah.
And then classic DVD series as well, Andy Griffith,
Oh,
Barney
perfect.
Miller, Golden Girls, I Love Lucy, The Jeffersons, and then The Odd Couple, which, the
Oh,
new
yeah.
Odd Couple is just coming out. So
Yeah.
it would
This
be
is
fun
the-
to take a
the
look
old
back
Odd
and
Couple.
see others.
Well, and the fun thing about this is, of course, you can catch so many of these on reruns, but the thing is, you don't get to see them in order. You don't, you can follow the plot line and no commercials when you're
Right.
watching them at home.
Now these are just the same as other DVDs
Mm-hmm.
in that they go out for 2 weeks at a time, and you can check out. You can have 5 DVDs at a time on your card, and so they'll be
Yeah,
they
so
are
if you've
available.
really got that much time to watch that, you might want to check out more than one season, but you might want to think too about, there's going to be people waiting for them, so maybe only take what you can really watch and put a hold on the other one, so later,
Come
so
back, yeah,
when
come
you're
back
about
another
done,
time.
put a hold on it, and then you could get that ready to watch for the next time. Yeah.
So we're excited about this because we
Yeah.
know that some of our neighboring libraries have had different TV series for a while, and we've seen Peoria customers be interested in them.
Yeah.
So we thought now is the time. Let's build a collection and introduce it during National Library Week.
Right. And we're going to make these accessible to our Peoria patrons too, because we've always shared things with neighboring libraries, but we're going to be a little bit preferential to our Peoria patrons, and for a while these are only going to be available in the library, not be sent off other places.
Right, especially like the first 4 months.
Yeah.
Just to give our patrons a chance to, Peorians a chance to
You'll be able
have
to.
dibs on them first. And anyone else, of course, who comes in, who has a card from any of our neighboring locations can still walk in and check them out.
Sure, it's just we won't do the whole online thing to see if they stay on the shelf where people who walk in can see them. Because it is a problem. We have folks who just will come in and they want to get something that's on the shelf. They don't want to go through searching the catalog and all that. And
Yeah,
so,
you might stop by at lunch or after work.
Yeah,
but,
just see what you
I
can
don't
pick
have-
up new.
I have a day off or something and see what's there, and
Yeah.
but don't plan ahead for placing
yeah,
holds.
yeah. Which I always tell people that there's probably only 10% of our DVD collection on the shelf, and there's a huge amount that's out circulating. And if you ever want to get a hold of it, you really should just look at the catalog.
Right, DVDs, new books,
Exactly.
a lot more than what you see.
Much more than what you see on the shelf. Well, another thing we've done that we introduced a little bit ago, but we're going to celebrate during National Library Week, is our gaming systems. This has been popular at libraries, and gaming systems have a legitimate place in libraries because people need to understand something that's such a huge part of the culture, and there's many children at home who don't have the opportunity to play these. So what did we get?
Well, and they build hand-eye coordination.
They do.
There's
Problem solving.
physical exercise, creativity. So Peoria Public Library bought a PlayStation and a Wii. And so we've already started having programs using these gaming systems. For example, at Lakeview Branch, once a month on Friday afternoons from 4 to 6, the Tween Zone program, which invites kids to come in and play board games and now the video games and read, of course.
Yes.
Tween Zone ages 11 to 14. And so there are activities with the gaming systems at Lakeview Branch on one Friday afternoon a month. And then upcoming this summer in July, there will be a gaming program for the older teens. One of our library assistants at the main library is looking at using it for seniors.
How fun.
So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I think seniors might like to learn about it because they're surrounded with grandkids and children who are doing it. They see it on TV, they read about it all the time, and might never have the opportunity to experience what it's like. But it's good for good activities for seniors too. You can do, like on the Wii, you can do stuff like bowling and practice your balance, and you know,
Bowling,
all
golf,
the
tennis.
same things that, you know, keep your brain active, all that problem solving, and just an exciting and fun new way to do it, and kind of keep up with the world.
And we've got Mario Kart for the Wii, and they're one of our reference assistants is planning a program on perhaps a Mario Kart competition program.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Coming up. Lincoln Branch is working on making sure they have all the connections where they need them so that they'll do programming. So we've got other things that on the PlayStation, dance and music type games, Lego Batman, The Voice, and Little Big Planet. I didn't know what Little Big Planet was.
No,
had
I
to
don't know
ask
what
this
that one
morning.
is.
I guess your avatar is a sock person,
Oh,
and you go through different challenges. And as you succeed at these challenges, you can dress your sock person in different ways.
oh, well, good, because you wouldn't want to be a naked sock person
Yeah,
for
so
very
just
long.
wear the same sock
Although
all the
that would
time.
happen to me, I would lose and I'd be the naked sock. I would have no clothes.
Yeah, so I learned today what Little Big Planet is.
All right. Well, and that sounds like it's, you know, all ages. We've got something for all ages. And it's just a great, you know, like when we do Tween Zone, it's a great way to keep your kids interested in the library at an age when there's so many things that can lure them away from what you might want them to, you know, prefer to be doing rather than what they could be doing.
Well, yeah.
Find things to do and meet kids from different areas, or
Right.
bring your friends and family, and you're in the library and you can get your books and have a little, you know, do something a little different while you're there.
All free.
All free, all free, doesn't cost you a thing.
That's right.
And how we multiply our tax dollars when we do this, because each dollar spent gets multiplied by a huge amount. Well, another thing we have launched is BookSite. And this is a service that we can just kind of tell people what's new out there in books and what they might want to read.
Right. The graphic here is a list of what book clubs are reading. And Peoria Public Library has a number of book clubs.
We do.
And, yeah, and people might not be members, but they might want to dip in or just see what kind of books are being read. And so there's a list here. This one happens to include Anne Morrow Lindbergh. I know our bibliophiles group is reading that coming up in the next month or
Yeah,
two.
well, this is the April list, or some. It's not the
okay.
entire list. It's a demo slide, so,
it's-
it only
yeah,
has a
so it
few
could-
things people are reading in April.
Could be Enrique's Journey, of course, the Peoria Reads book, which
Yes.
a lot of groups are reading. And so these lists will cover all different kinds of genres and interests.
We'll
and it
have
can-
some lists of like bestsellers and award winners.
Right, and it could include audiobooks and movies as well. So, and you'll be able to see, as you see in the graphic, the cover art of the book. You can check they're connected to the library catalog. So you see something you like, and then you don't have to go to another place to check the catalog. You can just click on Check Our Catalog, and
It'll take you right there.
where you can see if it's available or not. You can click on the author to see what else they've written, or if you're interested in anything else, of course, from the catalog, you can put it on hold. And these lists you can also read on the website, or you can subscribe to them
Right.
by topic. So if you're interested in getting, you know, the list of
Mysteries.
an award, I was thinking of one of the awards, you know,
Okay.
like a Nobel or a Pulitzer or a Man Booker, the Man Booker Award that comes out every year, which is really wonderful books. You can have those emailed to you.
Yeah, so you'll know right away. Don't have to
so,
bother to
yeah.
go back and check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you have a hobby of sports, you know, get that emailed to you. So
You can get all those set up so that you can find them, and those are on our website. And there's you know a button to click on and what to read next, which will take you to this, but will also take you to a place where you can tell a librarian what you want, and they will send you back a customized list. So lots of resources to find what to read next. And of course, our main source is our new catalog, which this debuted back about a month ago, and people are still discovering it and still learning to use it. But this is what it looks like,
Yes.
and a lot of new features.
And you did a search or found Enrique's Journey, or
Right.
Peoria Reads title. And you see on the left-hand side of the screen ways that you can limit your search. For example, if you, like I did a search on gardening, just the word gardening, which is a huge topic. And so along the left-hand side, you can limit by the date of publication. So for example, you can click multiple years or you can click 1 year. Like I clicked 2014, came up with 40 titles on gardening, and then the list comes up of all those titles. You can limit by author, you can limit by ebooks, you can limit by the type of ebook
Right.
that you
And one of the
have.
great things about our new catalog is that for the first time, our ebook collection is right
Is
in the
on
catalog.
the
Before, you could only do it by going to a separate spot. We have just a minute or so left here. So what's the
Okay.
one most important thing you want people to know about the catalog?
Use it, try it, place
Yeah.
holds from it.
Yeah, just get in and try it,
yeah.
and you'll figure it out. It's very simple
Yeah,
and clean.
easy
and-
to use.
And I know people are somewhat confused when things change, but that's life in this digital age. The old catalog couldn't be fixed anymore. And of course, we share this with many, many libraries.
It's
so
an improvement and it's positive.
it is. So thank you, Roberta, for taking time to come and
Sure.
talk to us, and a lot of exciting new things. Celebrate National Library Week by using your Peoria Public Library this week. Come in and check out one of our new TV series, huge collection of that. Try Freegal, and if you don't have a library card, get in and get one because you're missing out on all these great free features. Do your research, come to a program. You'll find it all at peoriapubliclibrary.org or when you walk in our doors. And we'll see you next week on Information Please.